Let's look at the B of the letter model of YABCDEF used for living your legacy life, legacy after 60. Now, the B is about behave with belief or behave into belief. It's a place where we really start to think about the actions that we're going to want to take, because the behavior that we're going to exhibit is very foretelling of what it is that you believe, and that by sharing it with others, they're either going to believe it or not because of your behavior. So, in a sense, the belief is breathing through your behavior. Like, you can speak about beliefs every day, but it's really about the actions that you're taking that day that really shine a light on what these beliefs are about. And therefore, there's an element here of transforming conviction into contribution, legacy contribution. So in many ways, you could look at it and say, okay, belief gives you a direction, behavior gives you a demonstration of what's available. And one without the other sort of leaves things a little unfinished. So you might show that you believe in kindness and caring and community. It's one thing to say it, but to actually act on that through what it is that you are sharing with others. And therefore, the sense of your behavior into your beliefs is a way in which to show the why and the what to the how unfolding in a way that people can pause, reflect, and go, hey, thank you very much for this gift. In moving into this, the question that I would prompt, the core question would be, do my actions reflect what I say I believe? Do my actions reflect what I say I believe? Because any other arrangement of that response to that question would have people scratching their head going, I'm not sure I'm going to work with you. The elements of trust may diminish. And you might go, no, I'm not sure I want to work with someone unless I'm clear that there is this connection there. And one of the things that I would offer, it's not about perfection, it's about practice. It may not just come bang, there it is, but you've had a career of expressing your beliefs through your practice, the behavior that you're showing. So you have a touchstone that you can move into. You've got some markers to work with. Maybe there's some adjustments that have to be made because of the audience that you're now working with. So there's some variations that might unfold here for you. What I would offer is that behavior is found in the tone, the timing, and the truthfulness. You may want to pause and go, okay, what's the tone, timing, and truthfulness of the legacy I want to share? And just take notes. And then come back every once in a while and look at those 3 words and see if you're actually having that happen for you. It's worth grabbing that journal and taking a look at those, that point. So in linking it back to the A in terms of the acknowledge and align, then your B is that next expression of the knowing. You went and grabbed your evidence of your experience and your education approach. Now with the behavior aspect of it and behavior into belief, what you're able to do is help people understand, well, what is it that you know that you want to bring forward? Because you're going to decide what you want to bring forward and what you want to leave behind, because it's not of use at the moment. Not to say to discard it, delete it. There might be something there a little bit later you hadn't even thought about. Now, there's an interesting observation I have made over a number of conversations and helping people with their contributions and projects. And it's around that sometimes belief is actually expressed before you explain it. And that goes back to, it could be body language, it could be tone, it could be the words that you're using. You'd be amazed that how you show up makes a big difference. How you listen makes an even bigger difference. The words that you use can actually really bring it to the foreground, what you're wanting someone to interact with you on, to get them involved, encourage their engagement. So as an example, let me see. I had an older writer that I was interacting with, and he was preparing a book, and he got caught up in this belief that he has to have it all done, ready to go, da-da. And I kept saying, no, 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 no. Sometimes small activities, conversations that you're having, go out and explore it with people. Bring some of that insights back in. And so he shifted the behavior, actually went and started having conversations with others, and was able to round out and figure out in their words what they were looking for. And he actually wrote a wonderful book. It was about safety, actually, and safety in the workplace. And he actually created a really wonderful book, and the activities he created in the book for others to use. In the workshops that he did and following it, they said most helpful, and because it sort of felt like you had been talking to me. And I said to him afterwards in a reflection, did you catch that? Did you catch that? And he said, yeah, I get it. We had a good laugh about that. And that's great. That's wonderful. Another person that I talked to, because I've done a lot of community related work, and there's a community advocate who was looking at sustainability issues. And he was, no, actually it was a young woman, and she was trying to figure out how to get across what matters in this sustainability. And she was attempting to get them to understand about planting trees. So she went after, well, this is how you plant a tree, this is how you do it, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. So when we sat down and had a conversation, I asked her, what are people most asking you about before you really get into plant a tree, plant a tree, plant a tree? She says, well, they don't really understand sustainability, and they're trying to figure it out because it's a word that's been bantered. Oh, I get where you're going. That's what she did. And it was great because she then had that reflection, that pause, found out what the truth was here, and realized that her belief that she was attempting to get across, the behavior she was exhibiting, wasn't matching up where people were wanting to get insight from her. When she shifted it around, she found that her workshops on sustainability got lots and lots of people, because then she opened up more possibilities. So she still did a tree planting, but she also did some other ones because people were looking for other ways in which to deal with sustainability. So really taking an opportunity to slow down a little bit, really look at the behavior you want to line up with your beliefs. What are your values, your hierarchy of values that you want to share through what it is that you're doing? And I actually had the pleasure of bringing those two together. We were at a little luncheon, and we were talking, and they both said, you know what became evident is that I'm the example. This is what they said. They looked at each other. They didn't say it exactly that way, but then they looked at each other and went, yeah, we are the example. So this B that you've been sharing with us, it actually does matter, because what we're doing is we're not influenced by the example. We are the example. And you could have seen this biggest smile on my face is when they actually came to that realization. And that was a wonderful feeling for me, is because then they got it. It landed. And that was wonderful. Now, there's a flip side I have to mention, is that sometimes you might feel as though you're drifting away from your beliefs or your behavior, and you're doing things that are not quite where you want them to be. Some of that behavior may show up as fatigue, distraction, uncertainty, expressions of that nature, behavior that's showing that. And I said, well, if that starts to creep in, it's not a time to go, it's a time to go, what is it that's happening here? So is it a belief aspect or a behavior aspect or an integration of the two? And that's helped many a person sort of figure it out, because it's not like every day, oh, yes, let's get her done. We're off, we're racing, we're doing what we need to get done. Sometimes it's, okay, I got to get into it today. And I just say, well, take a pause, belief, behavior, into one chasing the other. What's happening for you? And usually they can sort it out. And that's wonderful. And when that happens, it's okay. It's a recalibration. It's a revamping, a reimagining. And that's a beautiful place to be. For as many times as I've done that, even over the last year, it's amazing how it just gets a little bit better, looking at it from different angles. And one of the last couple that I went through, it was amazing, because I was able to figure out my transmedia story and narrative that I want to work with. And it just sort of clunk, 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 clunk. It was great. So one of the core learnings for me, and I want to read it to you, is belief without behavior is invisible. Behavior without belief is empty. That's what I came to understand. And it's not that I'm looking for a performance. I'm looking for presence. And often what I have to do is just sort of, it's okay, Steve, take it easy. Just slow it down a little bit here. Take a pause, go for a walk, whatever it might be, and find that mix of behavior and belief and them working together. And that has been one of the best learnings that I have done for myself, and I share it with you. So when we go into the C, which is about character and consequences and how they interact with one another, and seeing how A, B gets you into the C, then I think that you will find that to be interesting as well. I think there will be a significance here for you. So what's popping up around you now are videos that are recommended for you to continue your learning. And please watch them and comment. That'd be great. And always and in all ways, take care.